Today we're talking two questions that I've been receiving a lot recently, believe it or not. First question. Some of you saw my post last week when I was in California, and the post said, we're creating something that will change everything. And you guys went nuts. What is it? What are you creating? Tell us more. I got some comments on all the platforms. I got a lot of kind of private messages, some text messages. So we are creating something that's going to change everything. But the question I got was, how do I find out more? Tell us more. What is it? You have to be, nope, there we go. You got to be on that list. Yeah, I know it's the newsletter list. I get it. But you have to text CTC to 66866 to get on the list to find out what we're launching. The folks who are on this list get first dibs. They are the ones who will get exclusive access, first dibs, and they are the ones who will find out before the public what we are launching and when, most importantly, we are launching it. So, for those of you who all said, "What are you doing? Oh my gosh, tell us more." You got to get on that list to find out more because we're going to use the newsletter list also as kind of our wait list to get into this thing. So, okay, that's it. I can't tell you anymore. My team will kill me if I do because I can't tell you anymore. Okay, question number two. I've been getting this question quite a bit from folks who I've been speaking to as I speak to groups around the country, not only about the book, but also just about this idea of how to pull up your chair. And the question that I have been getting is about influence. How do I increase my influence? How do I become more influential at work? As you can imagine, the influence question kind of takes on different forms, but the essence of it is I want to be more influential. How do I do that? Now, before I answer that question, a lot of you have been joined. There's a lot of new folks joining us on these lives. So let me just tell you, I'm Cicely. I'm your career success coach. I've spent the last 25 plus years in the legal field, business, and politics. And now I'm taking all of that incredible knowledge and sharing with you the 5-step system I've developed to help you find your voice and step into your power in your career. That is how you will achieve the level of success that you desire. 5 simple steps. So, this morning, this topic of influence is actually one of those 5 steps. It's not the I in chair. So, if you guys know my chair program, pull up your chair. It's not the I in chair, but it is a key piece of the 5-step system because we are conditioned and we're taught to be more influential, to have more confidence. All of the buzzwords that you have been told to use in your career. And I know we've got some comments coming in, so I'll get to those in a moment. All the buzzwords that you've been told to use in your career, that is what you guys come to me and ask me questions about. It is the influence question. It is the confidence question. It is all of those things. So this morning, let's debunk the myth. Why you don't want to be more influential at work. Now, I love when I have these controversial videos because it blows y'all's mind. Like the one I did on Ditch Your 5-Year Plan. I thought you guys were gonna blow up my inbox. This morning, I want to do the same thing. Let's bust the myth that you need to be influential at work. If you're trying to increase your influence, you have the wrong goal. I'm gonna let that just sit there for a moment because I know you're thinking, what is she talking about? Well, if you have if you want more influence, you have the wrong goal because influence is temporary. Influence is episodic. Think about it. Maybe it's a project you're working on or a group you're in or some whatever you may be working on, whatever you may be doing at work. Your influence may be tied to that moment in time, that project, that group, that meeting, whatever you're doing, influence tends to follow moments of time. Influence is very, very, very temporary. You can be influential today, and then the attitude tomorrow is, what have you done for me lately? And I've actually had bosses who have said that to me after a huge win, what I think is a celebratory moment. They say, okay, on to the next thing. My influence was simply that temporary in that moment, tied to that project, to that win. Influence, influence wanes. Influence is only there for a mere moment. Instead of striving to be more influential, I want to challenge you this morning to be a person of impact. Impact goes so much further than influence. You can call it influence plus or even influence on steroids. To be a person of impact, impact is lasting, impact is tangible. Impact is not only what you want today, but impact is your catalyst for change for the long game. You want to play the long game in your career? Be a person of impact, not influence. I often say impact is the jet fuel that will skyrocket your career. Your influence may be temporary, your impact is absolutely tangible and lasting. And for those of you who know my chair program, you know it comes from the quote, if they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. Championing yourself and bringing your folding chair get you to the table. Impact ensures you stay there. People want to be around others who create impact, not mere influence. So this morning, I want you to think about all of you who come to me and say, what are the 6 steps to increase my influence? I saw that online yesterday. Or how do I become more influential? My friends, you have the wrong goal. Because if you're seeking to have more influence, you're influential today, you're gone tomorrow. It can be as simple as that. But when you strive to create impact in the people around you, impact in your own career, impact for whatever company, entrepreneur, CEO, student, whomever you may be, you can have a huge impact on those around you, but also show up in an impactful way. And look, there are lots of ways to have impact. I'm actually coaching my clients through this right now in terms of how to create more impact. But this morning, I challenge you, pull out a piece of paper, scale of 1 to 10. What is your level of impact right now? Are you a 3? Maybe you're a 5. Maybe you think you're 5, 6. Most people tend to come in 4 or 5 or 6. And then on the other side of the piece of paper, scale of 1 to 10, what kind of impact do you want to have? If you're a 3 or a 4 or 5 right now, how do you get to the 8, 9, or 10? I've asked my coaching clients, bring your impact score. We have impact scores. We're talking about literally moving the needle in their life and in their career, scale of 1 to 10. Simple system, but powerful in that you can actually see your impact increasing as we're going through the trainings on how to be a person of impact. So I challenge you this morning, don't seek influence, seek to be a person of impact that's lasting, that's tangible. You are the catalyst for change when you are a person of impact. So, scale of 1 to 10, what impact do you have now? Scale of 1 to 10, what impact do you want to create? What impact do you want to create in your life, in your career, and in this world? That is what I challenge you with this morning. Influence is not enough, my friends. It's not enough. Impact is what you want to strive for at work, but I would argue also in your life. Now, I'm taking my own advice here. I like I said when we started, I posted last week that we are creating something that will change the game, that will change everything. And do you know where that idea came from? I'm literally sitting in California last week planning content for next year. How can we better serve you in your career? And it wasn't big enough. The plans were not bold enough. They were not creating enough impact. So I scrapped the entire thing that I've been working on for weeks and in a couple of hours created something that is going to change the game in career coaching because it needs to be impactful for you. It needs to impact your life in a way that's going to change your life and change your career. So I'm taking my own advice to create more impact for you in your career. What we're launching is going to be that big, but you got to be on that list to figure out what it is. Okay. So understand that I'm not just telling you this morning to be a person of impact. I've strived to be a person of impact throughout my entire career. And now we are raising the bar even bigger. We're going even higher on our impact scale. And we're going to be serving you in ways that we didn't even imagine a week ago, because we want to create that kind of impact for you and help you be a person of impact in your career and your life. So that's my challenge for you this morning. Don't strive to be influential, strive to be impactful.